Welcome to the Content Complete podcast. We were totally prepared for this right from the beginning.
Oh,
This was very.
we were never not
This
prepared.
wasn't
planned.
shambled together or anything like that. It's only the highest professional level of professionalism here professionally.
Always. I concur.
Hashtag follow
One more
us
time.
on Twitter.
If you say
Hashtag
professional one more time, I might
all
have
the
an
socials and everything.
all the socials, every single one of them.
Every single one of them. I have a dog whining, so sorry if you hear that, guys.
Oh, he's just joining in too. He wants to talk about all these important topics we're talking
He
about.
does. He's
today.
freaking out right now. I don't know what his problem is.
Dogs. How do they work?
Like most animals. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
They have like blood or something, right? I don't know.
Right? Something like that. Heartbeat.
Whatever.
Contrary to popular belief, animals do not have blood. They have black and white blood. It's not
Oh.
red. It's black and white because you can only have the blood you see. That's why.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Scratching my head like a monkey.
Fizz cake
I once-
fact of the day.
I once convinced this fucking guy. I used to know this guy. I didn't know him. Spencer knew him. Who would just bullshit and lie about everything. Just lie to your face about shit to make himself look smart, right? So one time I totally convinced this fucking idiot that raccoons didn't have any tongues. He's like, well, then how do they,
How?
because they clean their food and stuff like that. I said, that's why they use so much spit. That's how, that's why they have to go wash it in the river. It's because they don't have tongues to wash it for them. And this guy fucking believed it, hook, line, and sinker. 2 weeks later, I hear him telling the same shit
Oh
to
my
someone
God.
else he was hanging out with.
That's amazing. Hey, on that topic,
Speaking of raccoons with no tongues,
no, really, it's on the topic of stupid people believing stupid stuff. I used to have a kid in the class that I really didn't like, and he said, "Guys, I learned that my genealogy goes back, and I'm Bohemian." And right away I was like, Bohemian people ate their children, dude, right? And
Like they
literally
don't exist.
off the cuff, like I was just like, yeah, they eat their children. I mean, they used to, like way back when they were cannibals. They didn't care. And he was like, "Oh, are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, look it up sometime. Like it's really kind of brutal stuff. You come from a brutal bloodline." And I kind of made it sound cool, and he was like, "Oh my God, my ancestors used to eat their babies." And yeah, he believed it. He believed it for some time, and it's
That's
great.
pretty metal.
Pretty metal. Yeah. So
And that's how Bohemian black metal started, cannibalism.
Yep. Thanks to all
anyway,
of you.
welcome everybody to the Content Complete podcast, where instead of introducing ourselves, we start talking about how we
we start talking
lie-
about we start talking
we
shit
lie
about
to
stupid
people.
people. Yeah, we just
lie to
stop
everybody.
all the people.
Oh shit! I don't have any of like the sub tracker and shit on. Oh, I'm terrible
God.
host.
Man, you've ruined Christmas. You have
There
literally
goes
ruined
Christmas.
Christmas.
Hi,
Nice.
Unstoppable.
How's it going?
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey guys.
Going.
I don't need your fucking guided tour, Moobot.
Hey, Zach, you
My
didn't
smoke.
have a beard last time we did this, did you? Didn't you shave it last time?
Look at this fucker growing a beard in a week. Like, oh, no big deal.
There really isn't, guys.
my
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, asshole. What have you been doing this week, Mr. Beard?
Actually, if you look at my channel, nothing. Because I have been so busy with random stuff like work and stuff and trying to plan videos, I have literally done nothing all week. But I will post videos tomorrow because I have leftovers that I want to finish producing. But the only games I have been playing was a little bit of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, which it's all right. It's like an action Metal Gear game. It's not even like a Metal Gear game except for the fact that it has Metal Gear characters in it. But that's my life this week. Nothing too exciting, not too crazy here,
Been too busy.
No, nothing too busy this week. But however, I do want to try to start posting more. I think I'm gonna take like a first week off of April just to make stuff, and then spend like the rest of the month producing it, putting it out on YouTube, because that might be easier for me. Because it's really hard just to like record a video, then edit it, and then post it up for the next thing by tomorrow or whatever when you're working random hours and you're doing random stuff with random people. It's just crazy. I don't take Adderall and I don't do cocaine, so I really don't have I don't have the time for all this stuff. So
It can't be bothered.
I can't get into that lifestyle right now. Maybe later.
Maybe later.
But not right now.
Understandable. Well,
Yeah,
I
it's true.
too.
Oh,
have
yeah.
been super busy, man.
Yeah. Oh, you've been super busy? Oh, yeah, you have been super busy. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, don't worry about your no videos, man. I've been feeling super bad about how I have nothing going on my channel right now. And not even, I've been trying to get there so I could, upload a vlog or something like that. Let you guys know what's going on. But for anyone who watches my channel, you probably don't watch it anymore because there's been nothing for almost 2 weeks. And that's due to, well, I in one of my last vlog, I talked about going back to work, or I had interviewed for a new job, and I got it. And so this week is my very first week at that job, and it's stressful. I want to make sure that I'm doing it right and all of that. So that's where a lot of my focus has been, at least this week. And the week before that, I was getting my new computer parts and had all sorts of problems with that. So took me a little more than half the week to get the computer even up and running again, which I had tweeted out to let people know that I'd have stuff up this week. And then work happened, and they were like, okay, you're starting Monday. And I've been so focused, I want to make sure that that's going well and all that. So I haven't given up on my channel, for anyone who's wondering, but there will be content coming. So definitely stick around. As far as gaming this week.
Hey, thanks for the follow. It's the Sherf. Sorry.
It's the Sherf. Hey, yeah.
She has her own Twitch stuff and things too, which I'm sure she'll probably try to push onto us. So
Great.
She plays. She's a tool bag. She plays Call of Duty and Call of Duty and Minecraft and Call of Duty. So yeah.
I almost bought Advanced Warfare. I was like, I'm gonna go noob tube some noobs, and then I didn't. I bought Bloodborne because I'm not a fucking casual scum. Ugh. I'm a hardcore gamer.
Hardcore.
So fucking hardcore, bro.
Yeah. My game choice is better than everybody else's. Just kidding. Play what you like.
So Matt, do you play Bloodborne and hate it at the same time, or do you actually enjoy that? Do you actually enjoy this game?
I like it. I'm actually much better than I had anticipated. On the playthrough that we did, I only died like 5 times through the whole first area. Well, most of the first area. And then I've been playing casually and then getting pretty good. Now I'm not scared of shit. In the beginning, I'm like, oh man, I gotta be careful. Look at this guy with a pitchfork. Now I'm like, this guy with a pitchfork. Why don't I just take a shit on your forehead? That was a little aggressive, but you know.
You got a pitchfork? I'm gonna shit right in your fucking face.
That's intense, man.
That's Bloodborne, apparently.
Yeah, I shouldn't have talked about Call of Duty. It gets me my blood pumping, I guess.
I used to be there, man. I used to be me. That's crazy. No, but I guess we skipped another week for the podcast, right? We haven't been on top of it, so we apologize for that, guys. But I guess if I was going to talk about what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, when I have come home and I have gotten some gaming time. I don't know if you guys know, but the South by Southwest happened, and for those who didn't know, Star Citizen, the game by Robert Space Industries, like the world's most crowd-funded game or whatever, huge. They gave out free codes at South by Southwest so you could try their Arena Commander mode for free for a week. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I got into it. So beautiful. So amazing. And all I've been doing with any little bit of free time that I might have, 20 minutes here and there, is watching all of the videos and reading all the information that I can on Star Citizen, because it is going to be insane. It's not going to come out for another year and a half, maybe 2. It's going to be insane. But when it does come out, I swear there's nothing else. It's going to set a brand new standard in what AAA games are. So if you guys could check that out, if you haven't checked it out.
I think that's a bold statement right there. I've seen some Star Citizen stuff, and I'm like, I'll wait till it comes out.
I gotta tell you, man, if you've ever played, and probably part of it comes from, one, I'm a huge, I love space, in the universe and all that kind of stuff, astronomy, all that stuff. so part of it is that. The other part is I used to play flight simulators and stuff growing up, and this game has Newtonian physics. So each spacecraft or whatever that you
Science
have,
and video games.
it literally flies for a reason. Like anything that's on the ship it's there for a reason, and it works as it would in the real world. So like you're in this arena commander mode, and I was just flying around fighting bots because it's not multiplayer yet, but so hard, so hard to get used to. But they're gonna have it integrated with virtual reality and stuff like that, which is neat. But I got dizzy just flying around in my spaceship in space. I could not imagine having a VR headset on while looking around your cockpit while trying to do stuff. You would vomit everywhere. And I'm not even prone to that I'm not that prone to motion sickness. Like I get car sick and stuff, but like virtual reality or anything like that really has never really been a problem. But just flying around the cockpit, there's some real cool stuff going on, man. It's
yeah, it's a lot of hype around it. I've tried to avoid it, just because like Watch Dogs. I was pretty fucking hyped about that, and look how that turned out. Obviously, Watch Dogs isn't on the same caliber as Star Citizen.
Oh yeah,
but
but
they see then it has even like it's so much easier for Star Citizen to fail than I think for it is to succeed. And I mean that by like, there's so many things that is promising, and if it doesn't deliver on like one or two, I feel like I think it'll be easier for people to get cynical about it.
Right. I mean, I played that for only a couple days. 'Cause I actually got it, got that code and everything, played it for I think a day, and then the next day all my stuff got here, and that's when I had the computer issues. So, so I couldn't play it anymore.
That's when it went all downhill.
Del Target Gus is in the other room. I don't want to deal with him right now. But seriously, that was pretty fun. Other than not being able to play it for the whole week and get used to it and all that stuff, but started doing some research on that game, and I was like, this is it's one of the, it's got currently, I can check right now, but currently last time I checked, it had like $76 million worth of crowdfunded stuff, and they're past the point of, I mean, they're not past the point of stretch goals. What they are now is it's being funded so rapidly and so successfully that they're not really stretch goals anymore. It's just we're at the next million milestone. So this is what we've been working on, and this is what's going to be in the game, or that's pretty much in the game right now. You just only have access to this Arena Commander mode. So it's a little different. It's a different feeling to me than like Kickstarter. I remember we had talked about Kickstarter in the first podcast, where this stuff that they're doing is actually, like, for some reason you feel confident that it's actually already done. They have a planned out schedule of how they're going to be releasing these. They call them modules if you back the game. Yeah. How they're going to be releasing it to you, and like you said, take everything with a grain of salt. But it builds you more confidence, I guess. Which in turn, if it turns out to not be that great, could be quite crushing in the end. But other than that, I haven't played a whole lot. I play Heroes of the Storm all the time. I love Heroes of the Storm. Anytime I have like 20 minutes, I'll play Heroes of the Storm. And I don't know if you guys have seen the game Depth. It's like a shark v diver game.
Yeah.
I played that with Known Pudding, and we both have fears. I think I found out the word for it. Thalassophobia, I believe, is the word for like fear of the ocean and all that. And I mean, if you're not good with sharks, definitely not the game for you. But we played they added a megalodon game mode where one person is a megalodon shark, and there's like 5 or 6 of you. Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Jesus Christ.
Terrifying. It was like the very first match that we played, and I was screaming at the top. It was the worst. I should have recorded it, but we just wanted to test the waters of the game and see if it was worth it. It would have been great to.
Oh, you made an unintentional pun. Or was it intentional?
I'm glad you guys caught that. No, but it was terrifying, really fun, but I don't know. It's kind of. We were trying to figure out what it needs, because they have a different game mode where I think it's 2 sharks and 4 people. So like the matches are 6 people total. Yeah. So 2 sharks, 4 divers, and you have to like follow this mining robot or something and get to the end. And that's cool and all, but part of it is like, in order to kill someone as a shark, you have to grab them first, and when you do that, you have to literally shake your mouse really violently. And the faster you do it, the faster you'll do damage or get a kill. So if they grab you, you're pretty much dead unless they don't know how to play. And so part of you is like, man, it's too easy to die. Like the sharks are too overpowered. But at the same time, there's 2 sharks and 4 dudes. And if you're coordinating, the sharks will pretty much always lose. At least that's how we saw it. And so we're trying to figure out, like, would it be fair if there were 4 sharks and 4 people, or would it be too possible for all 4 sharks to grab someone individually at the same time? Because if that happens, you're screwed.
That would, yeah. I could see like being the first thing immediately, like, oh, everybody gets one.
Yeah, exactly. So we were trying to, kind of have a talk about that, about, like what could they do? First of all, I think 6 people isn't enough. I think it'd be kind of neat if there was like a swarm of sea creatures and people. But the balancing, I'm sure they did a lot of play testing and they found out that 2v4 was like the only way to do it. I don't really know. But with the Megalodon, obviously the ginormous shark has a lot of health. So
it'd be interesting if they added different animals too, like maybe
anglerfishes. Yeah.
Oh my god, could you imagine like pitch black maps? It's like an anglerfish.
With a swarm
you just see like a little
anglerfishes.
night light in the bag. You're like, that's where the treasure is. Oh fuck!
Nope.
Terrifying.
God. Or clownfish. Ooh.
Yeah, it's.
What if there's like a giant Nemo?
Those are pretty fun.
Some of the shit in the deep waters, man, is like crazy.
It's so terrifying. The thing is, I'm fascinated with like Blue Planet and stuff, but you will never catch me free floating in the ocean. It's just not gonna happen. And the thing is, yeah, the game was, like Pudding said, the game is really scary. And when you're in it, they did a really good job of like the way the movement works and how the debris, like dust, or not dust, but debris and particles or whatever in the water floating by. You think you see stuff, so you feel like you're underwater. And I guess it's because I have a phobia, but it sets in what I imagine phobias feel like for other people. Yeah. But it's not the shark is scary, but I think it's just because like you don't know where it's coming from. But for me, it's not sharks that I'm afraid of. It's like the vast. It's like how vulnerable you are in the ocean, and there are some parts of the maps in that game where you're just over open water, and it's like no thanks. So. You guys should check that game out at some point. It's a doozy.
Having never been to the ocean, I've always feared the ocean. So, that's the thing. Yeah.
So in another life, I actually wanted to be a marine biologist.
Oh, really?
In another life?
Yeah. Well, Second Life. Have you heard of it?
No,
I'm just kidding.
No,
when I was younger, I wanted to be a marine biologist.
Well,
okay. Well, I mean, why are you not a marine biologist right now?
He's the host. He's one of the hosts of NGTV, man.
Yeah, dude, you just gotta do that. And then, I found then I got a guitar, and then I was like, being a rock star would be cool too, that'll totally happen to me, So then,
you could be a YouTube rock star marine biologist.
There you go.
Man,
that could be your niche.
Every time I have a conundrum, I'm coming to you, freaking Fizzcake.
Yeah.
You just lay down the plans, man.
Yeah. He's there. He's like my friend who told me that I should be a space cop. Because one day when we were younger, I was like, you know what? I've always thought about being like in law enforcement because I want to make people pay for their crimes, but I also love space. And literally, without missing a beat, we were like 14. Without missing a beat, my friend was like, Chris, be a space cop. But his face, the conviction in his voice and his face was like, he literally believed that being a space cop was a real job. And it was like, we were on a bus and everyone was like, OJ, what the hell did you just say? He's telling him to be a space cop?
First of all, his name is OJ. There's nothing good that can come from that. Well,
true.
His juice.
Vitamin C.
Well, we call him Juice. That's his name.
Oh, shit. His name was Juice?
His name is Okenge, but OJ, Juice.
Okenge.
Yeah, he's
sounds like a Pokemon.
Swahili. A Swahili Pokemon.
Okenge evolves into Kangas Konge. I don't know. Anyway, so
Jesus Christ.
What in the world? Okay, Matt. So what have you been doing for the last week or two?
besides being like, I don't know, on the iceberg of racism, our channel hasn't been dead, but we've only been putting out like I think the week that we missed, we only put out like 5 videos, and then this week we put out a couple more, but mostly just been playing Smash and Bloodborne, and we play other games on the channel, but I can't remember what they are. City Skylines.
Just video games.
And then what else? Been watching a lot of Gilmore Girls.
All right.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves. It's a great show. All right.
Oh, I thought you were making a joke.
Yeah,
No.
it's like-
No, that takes a lot of my time. I have Gilmore time. What else? I've been trying to get something going this Saturday for a Bloodborne mega stream. So we'll see if that pans out.
Yeah, I'll make it, but who knows? That'd be fun, man.
Yeah.
I'll say hi or something because I don't have a PlayStation 4 and have the bloodborne pathogens in my games.
How do I like Bloodborne? I like it a lot. I think it is the best Souls game so far. And I say that it's not a Souls game, but the makers of the Souls game, I think it's their best game so far. It's so much faster paced than Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2.
So would you say that it's a more casual experience for Dark Souls
I
fans?
definitely do not
No.
think it's more casual. Because a lot of this had come out, they're like, oh, well, now you have like this thing where you get healed. If you could take a hit, you can heal by hitting them back and stuff like that. That shit doesn't matter, because if you get hit like more than twice, then you're pretty much in a combo and then you're dead anyways. And it's also, there's no blocking. Like, you can't just shield block the whole time like you can in Dark Souls.
You have to do
So you actually
doges.
have to be mobile and stuff like that. The combat system is way different. It doesn't look different on the surface, but once you start playing it, it's totally different.
Yeah, it's been really fun. It's definitely, I think everyone should take a look at it for sure. The thing is, it is a really hardcore experience though, so you have to kind of know what you're getting into. Because I had Dark Souls. I got it as a gift from an ex a long time ago, and I was super excited about it. But I played it, and I wasn't good enough. And I know that you can get better at stuff like that, but nope. I literally couldn't do anything. So I ended up quitting, and I never beat the game. And then I never played Dark Souls 2 because I never beat Dark Souls 1. And then
Dark Souls
and then,
2,
I
think
just
is-
stopped playing video games in forever.
It's probably arguably the worst Souls games. And I fucking hate
I heard that.
when people are like, oh, this game is like Dark Souls. No, motherfucker, the game is like Demon Souls. Demon Souls came first, right? And that's
Yep.
pretty much what the whole thing is based off of. Well, that whole like super excellent hard shit. And so I think I had a point. There was a point, but it was, and then it's gone now.
Well, that was a very valid point. Good job.
Yeah, fucking hipsters saying it's Dark Souls. No, it's
You
a
get a
different
gold
experience
star.
than the other ones. I think it's a more fleshed out experience. The only thing I don't like is that all of the Souls games are very non-linear, and I think that's a good thing, and I also think that's a bad thing. Because some things, like in Bloodborne, they're just fucking stupid. Just like the way you have to go is never like, oh, go down here. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're supposed to know this. So
Yeah.
You're supposed
after
to,
you
like, dig
beat
into the
like
game.
the third boss or whatever, there's a place that opens up in like the Cathedral Ward. This isn't like spoilers. It's pretty near the front if you're decent. And
Decent.
you have to go up an elevator, and then you clear like this little area, has a bunch of stairs and stuff like that. You go all the way up and down these stairs, and you clear like you kill people, right? And at the end of the upstairs, right, there's a door. Fucking door is locked, and that's it. The door's locked, right? But you're supposed to be in this area. Turns out on the first floor there's like a little cliff that you have to jump down, and that's the next area that you have to go to. How the fuck are you just supposed to know that? It never tells you that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's really about like that hardcore kind of exploration. Like I think it's kind of a neat way to do it.
It's almost like they're like, you know what would be really crazy is if we didn't tell them they had to jump down this cliff, but we're going to explain it away by saying it's the hardcore experience.
Yep.
I think maybe that's just shitty game design. Now,
Yeah.
like, I get it, and there's a huge circle jerk surrounding the Souls games, but I think
There is.
I think that's just a little silly that they're like, they should paint a little bit of a better picture. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think the game's great.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think
Dark
that
Souls is great. Yeah, I know. I know the games. I've played them all.
we're talking about Bloodborne, Fistcake. Get on the same page.
Oh my god.
I thought you were. See, I got confused. I thought you were talking about Dark Souls 2 for a second.
They're
I
pretty
got
much the
lost.
same.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Oh,
no, it's
God.
really fun. I obviously didn't mention that I've been playing that, but I mean, maybe it's a given, maybe it's not. But I have been playing that. It was really annoying. Personally, I think it was super annoying how they have you drop into someone else's game. I know that it's been in the other games, but this one was like, we spent like an hour and a half. First of all, we had to figure it out, and the game had been so new that like Google didn't know
Dude,
anything really.
I straight up looked that shit up.
Oh yeah, us too. Yeah, we had to. And the thing is, like, not like almost nobody knew about it, and
Yeah.
then people like speculated where to get the item. So we were like, okay. So you know, he's doing Known Pudding as a channel, and he's doing a playthrough of it. So he was like, let's like go radio silence on your end of Skype right now. I'm gonna record. I'm gonna try the boss fight. When I kill him, I'll get this many insight, and then I can summon you like blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, cool. So I let him do that, and then we finally got into each other's games, and it was a blast. But like, like the game is already pretty tough. It gets a little bit easier with a friend, but I don't think that they have to make getting in with a friend that hard. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Well,
I thought
think
that was
it's
kinda
to keep it from people summoning right at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose that's true.
But honestly, I feel like number one, the online experience isn't needed. Like, it's nice to have, but I think offline it's a great game anyways, right? You still get pretty
Right.
much all of the same hints and stuff like that. Secondly, I think if people want to play fucking co-op, like, then they're gonna play co-op. Like, you're gonna have one guy, you know, you're gonna have both people rush to get the insight to summon each other, regardless. Like, why put it behind a wall at all?
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of detracted from some stuff because we were so focused on that. I wasn't really paying attention to the world around me. But good news is we fought the cleric beast or whatever, which you know he had killed it first, and he was like, he's not really that hard. He's just annoying, and so we fought it, and it had so much health because there were two of us that's what made it hard. It was like, holy shit, this guy's not dying.
Yeah.
But I
guys
like
are
that they found. And I mean that's only health, and we haven't fought any more than two bosses. But I'm really hoping that it stays that way, where just because you have a friend doesn't mean the game becomes easy. Because that fight wasn't necessarily easy. It's just you had to be quick on your dodges and all that until you took his health down. Which essentially the game die and learn. Eventually you understand what it is, and then it's not that hard anymore because you know how to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just hoping that as we go through it together, we're gonna keep getting challenged because that's what those games are like.
Well, I
famous
definitely
for.
think it's going to keep the challenge up. But I beat the cleric boss on my fourth time, I think. Fourth time I did it by myself, and then I went to the father guy, got my shit kicked in.
Oh, that guy
Like,
was
I
an
took him.
ass.
I almost beat him the first time. I'm like, oh, this guy's like me. I can take him out. Boom, fucking werewolf form. Kicks your shit in and is like, hey, call me back later if you want to get knocked up. And I was like, no, I'm all right. I don't want to do that.
If you want to get knocked up.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'm going to understand this summon mechanic, right? I go to summon a person. Right. So this is my second time fighting the boss. I summon a guy. I wait for like 15 minutes outside the fucking gate. Like 15 minutes. I'm like, I know people are here. Everybody is here. This is the beginning of the game. There's no one past
That's where it's
this.
happening.
Like 15 or 20 minutes, I'm sitting there. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to do it by myself. I walk in, immediately someone gets summoned, and then we wreck them. But
There you go. Yeah,
Um,
it's a process. I mean, looking back at it now, looking back now
Looking
that we
back
figured
at
it
it's
out,
pretty
it's
simple.
yeah, it's pretty simple and it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's kind of a thing to it. It kind of fits in that in a way that makes it not so like gamey,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. And so you can still kind of like be into the world and all that. But
Yeah.
I mean, in the process, we were like, I just want to play the game with you. Like, I just want to experience this. Especially because I mean, that's a lot of people are excited about that game because now they can almost the entire thing, pretty much the entire thing with a friend. So I'm sure many people were like, "We're gonna jump right in and start playing the game," and it's like, no,
no, you're not.
you're gonna complete
You
some stuff
filthy
first.
casuals,
Yeah,
you'll never
you're
play
gonna-
this game.
You're gonna wait a little bit because I say so.
Yeah, you're gonna slow down real quick. So, yeah, but that's that. I'm excited to play more of it, but probably won't get much game time in till the weekend. And I don't have a capture card yet. Otherwise, you know, I would be having videos go up. They'd be. I mean, I might do some of the. I might Twitch stream it and archive it and just have those go to my channel.
Yeah.
Problem with that is I don't really have as much control over the audio and levels and all that stuff. So I don't really like doing that because the whole quality thing that we had talked about in the first podcast, you know, there's like a certain amount of quality that you would like to have your name on before you let something out. So I don't want to just upload it just because the game is popular right now, kind of a thing.
This is pretty much exactly why we got a capture card. That for in Smash. I saw some of the Bloodborne streams that were from the PlayStation 4, and they look like shit.
Yeah, it's
They
yeah,
look
you,
like
you just
shit.
don't get. Yeah, it's
I'm
it's
like-
something I'll look into getting into, but
Yeah. Well, I definitely recommend the Avermedia portable. That's what we got. It's like $150. Hooks up to everything. Pretty simple. You have to turn off the HDCP, whatever the
Turn off the letters.
the
Got it.
copyright.
H.
Yeah, the copyright protection that's on the PlayStation, but that's like in the settings, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Yep.
So the only thing I got from that entire conversation is that Matt believes werewolves can knock up anybody.
Yep.
That's
Matt
the
Wolf.
only thing I got out of that entire Bloodborne. I was like, Matt thinks werewolves have like super semen.
Super
No,
semen.
They
No,
pretty
for
much
not.
do, man. I gotta tell you, like you get
Yeah, no, totally, bro. They totally have super semen.
No, this
I
is
got a
fact.
story that will blow your mind.
this is fact. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Raccoons
No,
don't have
it's-
tongues. And,
you know, like,
wolves
I mean, like-
have super semen. No, really.
What if some cryptozoologist like I no, don't laugh at me. I'm serious.
Why are you laughing? This is serious, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
Alright.
sorry. I'm an asshole. I don't.
Yeah, I'm like fucking offended. And you're like, I'm trying to have a serious conversation about super semen werewolves, and you're over here laughing like it's nothing.
Being a son of a bitch,
Nope.
man.
Totally believe you. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so does that? I assume that concludes our segment on gaming. Maybe. Well, what we've been.
Yeah, we're done with gaming. All right, see you guys next week.
See you guys later. Have a good time.
Oh,
We're gonna
follow
bullshit
us.
lessons now. No, but I will come out first and come out. That was not the right way.
Speaking of super semen,
Speaking of super semen,
See, I would know.
I got a cold story that I just have to share. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
No, sorry.
but
Continue.
I'll admit that I don't have any big news topics today. I might have one or two, but I'm gonna like pepper throughout the rest of this, just like little, kind of like some of them are just headliners. Just like, you know, read this and be like, oh, that sounds cool, and not much else to it. So if you guys want to start with any sort of, if you guys have topics that you've been thinking about or stuff that's in the news, have at it.
I just have like one I actually want to talk about, but we'll pepper out some little mini topics that you have. You can go ahead and start. The only thing I really want to talk about is the whole Kojima
looks
leaving.
like Chris
Konami
passed
leaving.
the football, and Zach said, "Go fuck yourself. Here's your football back."
Take your fucking football back. I don't want to play this stupid game. But
So
no,
here,
yeah,
Pepper us.
yeah, pepper us. Pepper us softly.
Put a fork in me. I need seasoning. I don't know.
What the hell
All
is
right,
that?
I don't know. Just talk.
Zach, save us from this.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll talk about the whole Kojima thing. So,
Yeah. So this actually affects you. It doesn't affect me at all.
This is like okay. This is basically exactly like the exact opposite of what happened like 10 minutes ago, where you guys were talking about Bloodborne and Dark Souls and stuff. I'm going to talk
Yeah.
about Metal Gear Solid and how Hideo Kojima, the director of the entire series, is leaving after Metal Gear Solid 5 and what it will do to Konami as they try to make more Metal Gear games. Okay, so if you don't know what Metal Gear Solid is, it is a very I can try to put it as plain as possible, but you really have to kind of experience the game to understand its its complexity. There we go. We'll call it that. But really, every single game has this like really. It's not even deep. It's just really confusing plot to it.
This I knew.
Yeah, like if you've like even seen like all the cutscenes in like a game or whatever, you'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this doesn't make sense. I don't understand."
I tried to play Metal Gear Solid 4, the one that came out on PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
And then just watch that motherfucker smoke that cigarette for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, when
Played
it
the first
installs.
15 minutes, and I was like, this is not my game. And like dipped out. I was like, nope.
But no, it's actually nice like, if you can handle through that. I think the loading time's gotten faster since then, which I hope so. It's been like, what, 5, whenever the PS3 came out first.
Almost
Because like
10
Metal Gear
years.
Solid 4 was like one of the games that like launched with PlayStation 3, if
Yeah.
I remember right. But anyways, so Metal Gear Solid 5, we're just going to talk about that and how Konami or how Kojima's going to leave after that because I couldn't even like explain the entire series in a half hour or whatever time we have in this short setting. Basically, Metal Gear Solid 5 is the bridge between Metal Gear Solid. It's one of the games that bridged Metal Gear Solid 3, where you play as the original Snake. Like the whole game's kind of based like on Solid Snake and his genetic father. Solid Snake is a clone of Big Boss, and that's who you play as in Metal Gear Solid 3 and 5. And this kind of shows like how he becomes a villain in the first in like the general Metal Gear series. It just kind of like it's kind of like the prequel trilogy for the Star Wars about the whole, but it's like 10 times better.
Yeah, except for Anakin's not a little bitch. Sam,
Yeah,
he
no,
gets everywhere. I'm a bitch. Like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, if Big Boss is not a little bitch. He got his eye shot out and tortured and all that stuff, and he just how he survived that. He ate a
Crying.
fucking snake. He just
He
slept
ate
it
a
off and ate a
snake?
snake. Yeah, he ate a snake. That's like the whole thing about Metal Gear Solid 3. It's called Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
I thought that was
Which
just like
is-
a cool name.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
no,
it was
it's-
too.
It's like symbolism. It's a Kojima thing. He just likes to like put in like these little random like little things that kind
I
of.
don't think that's
the whole
symbolism,
gameplay.
man. He like literally ate the snake. That's literal.
Well, there's also a part where there's like a tattoo on the original boss's body where it kind of runs away after you kill her. Okay, yeah, a tattoo that no, it's not a tattoo. I'm sorry, it's a scar that like covers her entire body. And after you beat her in the end
now
game,
we're talking.
scars on chicks. Yes.
Yeah.
No, but
Well,
like
you did say it runs away, so
yeah, no, it does. Like it literally just crawls away from her body, and it's kind of like a symbolism that Snake or excuse me, Big Boss is becoming the new boss and whatever.
oh,
Basically, Metal Gear Solid 5 is the story of how Big Boss is betrayed by certain governments, and that's why he wants to finish finalizing like his own government system, like his own headquarters. That can like he can basically just run the world however he wants to. I played Ground Zeroes, which is like basically the $20 demo for it, and it was alright. Like it shows like what the mission right before like everything happens, and like the scene where like your headquarters that you currently have explodes and whatnot. It just yeah, it is pretty intense. It's basically he basically have like all these soldiers as his family, and it's like watching millions of your family die. It's really intense. But anyways. So that's going to be Metal Gear Solid 5. It's going to bridge that, and it's going to be cool. It has a dog with an eye patch on it. It's whatever. Anyways,
Of course, they have a dog with an eye patch. How are they going to symbolize him connecting to Big Boss?
yeah, I mean,
That's obviously
I
Big
mean, like,
Boss's dog.
he couldn't just have a dog.
Yeah, right. That would be stupid.
He's got to have an eye patch too. But yeah, so it's basically hinted at that Hideo Kojima will not be making any more Metal Gear Solid games or any Metal Gear games, as far as if I remember right. And actually, it doesn't even really make them. He just directs a story for them because he's actually been trying to like leave the series since like Metal Gear Solid, after Metal Gear Solid 2, if I remember right.
That's what I heard. Is that this is not the first time people have heard him say I'm leaving.
Yeah, no, he's tried to like leave numerous times, but like the people who like try to make the story after him, he's like, "Holy shit, why are you fucking this up so bad? Hold on, I'll save the day, guys. Don't worry."
Yeah.
And he
Who
basically
knows? Might happen again.
yeah, no kidding. But I think like, well, the thing is that like he has his like own production inside of Konami, and basically that's like the main thing you see before even like the Konami logo comes on the video games. It's like Kojima Productions, and then it's Konami and Sony and whatnot. So basically, Kojima is like, it's literally his baby, and the fact that Konami has disbanded Kojima Productions and any Kojima thing is kind of finalizing the fact that he's probably not going to be there for the Metal Gear games. It's debated whether he's going to be a contractor for them sometimes, or if he's actually going to work at the production still. But basically, everything that he owns, everything that's his baby, it's disbanded after this game.
Wow.
Which, yeah,
I heard that that there's some negativity, like right before they came out with that press conference. Like IGN had like an insider say that he's leaving because there's like he was like pissed off at them or something.
I'm sure he hasn't really come out and said. I mean, I haven't seen.
Oh no,
because
I think that would neuter his career.
Yeah,
Oh,
if he
yeah.
said that, yeah, but that's pretty good speculation. I mean, he has been trying to leave the game, and he's just been trying to go. And now that he wants to kind of go off and do his own thing, Konami's like, okay, well, you can do that, but we're
you're
not
leaving all your IPs with us.
Yeah, you're not going to use your production name anymore. You're not going to have anything that we gave you. Those are ours, so they're going to stay here or not have them at all. And that's probably a reason why he's upset with them too. The fact that he's leaving and do his own thing, which it's not going to stop him from doing his own thing.
Exactly.
He can basically put like Hideo Kojima Productions instead.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What's odd to me is that these companies think that. I honestly, I don't know if there's any ill will, but if there is, it's crazy to me that some companies will be like, you know what, if you leave, we're gonna take all your shit and you're gonna have nothing. But everybody knows that the fucking guy who's leaving came up with all the shit anyways. He's taking a majority of the fan base with him. That's like when Peter Molyneux left Lionhead, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously he doesn't have any talent, but when he did have talent. Everybody's like, well, I'm just going to follow Pierre Molyneux or the people who made the old Baldur's Gate series. You know what I mean? Like, they left or got
basically
absorbed
the
by
face
somebody.
of the game. The face of the game is leaving, and everybody knows it, so they're just going to go follow the face.
They're just going to follow the game. They're like, this guy makes good fucking games.
Yeah, they're not going to trust any new Metal Gear Solid games or any new Metal. I mean, we'll see that. Okay, yeah,
If
forgot
they're
that.
good, it'll be different. But
but
who knows if they'll be good?
First. Yeah, but like they made Metal Gear Rising, which is like a sub-series. Basically, Konami can get away with this because Metal Gear, all they have to do is put Metal Gear, and then just change the last part of it to anything they want, and it can be a completely different game.
Yeah.
Like if you played Metal Gear Solid 4 and then played Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, two completely different games. Yeah, Revengeance. It's not vengeance. It's Revengeance.
I'm getting my revengeance on you. Like, you just say revenge.
Pretty sure I'm
cheeky
pretty sure
fuckers.
they made up a word for that title.
Oh yeah, they did. I think they like emphasize that too. It's like, oh yeah, our game's not Metal Gear Rising. It's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. You get it because you take revenge and
you give it to the person.
and then you ends.
Yeah,
and then it's revenge, and then you ants, and then stuff
And then
happens.
there you go, done. Video game, make money.
So
Yeah.
is it possible to play? Because it seems like the Metal Gear Solid storyline is just as convoluted as Kingdom Hearts. Can you play just the ones that were on the PlayStation and then know what the fuck is going on? And what is even the gameplay? Like, I've seen like gameplay of like, I think like the PlayStation 2 one or maybe the PlayStation 1 one, where like the guy like he gets like he has like a broken bone or some shit like that, and he has to like heal it. It was like an
Oh, that's
arrow.
Metal Gear Solid 3. Okay, yeah, that's Snake Eater. That's where you play as the first big. That's where you play as Big Boss the first time.
Uh-huh.
Basically, it's always emphasized on stealth,
Uh-huh.
but Metal Gear Solid 4 kind of like streamlined the process with like stealth technology and combat. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 was just kind of just general stealth combat, like tactical espionage. You trick a guy to like walk one way as you sneak behind him, or you use like camouflages and shit.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3 was survival stealth, which basically you get hungry. If you break a bone, you have to heal it. Well, you don't have to. It's just harder for your. It's harder for.
You don't have to. You can leave it.
One boss that you fight in there that has like he shoots crossbow, like he shoots bolts out of the crossbow.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was watching.
And basically, I just played that first on an easy mode, and I just got as many bolts as I could without dying. Just let it heal, because if you don't do anything to it, it just naturally heals over time, as long as you like bandage it or something. So the entire game, I played as a Snake with like hundreds of bolts in his chest, like a few in his arms and legs, and I stayed with him the entire game. That was like the best part of the game to me.
That's
was the
neat.
fact like, just damn it, like something like that sticks with your character for the entire time. I mean, it didn't happen in the cutscenes. You didn't see in the
Dude, that'd be
cutscenes.
fucking hilarious. That'd totally
That was-
take you out of the experience. Having like
Yeah.
a serious
Something like
conversation,
what
he just has a bolt in his head.
This is Snake. I gotta save the world again. Yeah. Yeah, that's a Snake voice. And if anybody can do a Snake voice, you just gotta growl it out. Okay.
But so can you just play? Can you just play like the ones that were on the PlayStations, like 1, 2, 3, like in order, and then get what the fuck is going on?
I would probably recommend playing. Well, I mean,
Because I've always been really kind of interested in it, but then sometimes it looks really fucking goofy. Like it has like a kind of like some anime tropes.
oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 are pretty bad about that. Metal Gear Solid 3 and so on isn't as bad. But you know, Metal Gear Solid 1 has like some like there's a scientist in it that's like a otaku, like he loves anime and Japanese stuff so much. He
fuck.
has like
Oh,
Jesus
fuck.
Christ. No, but he has like actual anime posters inside his like office and whatnot. And and it's like real anime, like from one of the art directors of the game. And but yeah, that's like the one that has like the most anime tropes. I think Metal Gear
Not
Solid
gonna
2
play
has
that one.
You're like, nope.
number 2 has like some, but it's not as bad. Man, but no, if you
Zach-
wanted to like, well, go ahead.
Can you do like? Can you just do like a playthrough and I'll just watch that? Like, you just-
Actually, I wanted to. I didn't know if I want to do like the metal like video gaming in 3 minutes or less versions of them. If I wanted to play the entire game, but I would love to play the Metal Gear Solid.
Oh,
game.
you know what would be cool is if you did that, and then so you got like a bunch of gameplay from like kind of like major portions of the game, right? And then you did like a voiceover over top of it, kind of like just explaining like what's going on, and then you did that for each Metal Gear game, and then I'll understand what's going on. I don't have to watch any of the anime bullshit, and like then I'll be caught up, and I'll play Metal Gear Solid 5 with you, and then we'll experience together like friends.
like friends.
That was perfect.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I could do that. I mean, I can't do Metal Gear Solid 4, but I can definitely do all the PlayStation 2 ones or PlayStation 1s and play those.
Do
Because
it on your legal
my
bot
legal
PlayStation.
2 software that I have on my PlayStation 2 attached to my TV.
100% legal.
It's definitely.
I like to
definitely no-
use my legal Xbox 360 pad to play my PlayStation 1 era games on my legal Sony TV and PlayStation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. But no, that was definitely one of the things I want to do.
That'd
I think
be really
after
awesome. I would watch the shit out of that.
so after I finish Jazz Punk and I Am Bread and the Witcher series, I'm definitely gonna work on that on the side. Probably that's gonna be one of my side projects. But
That'd be great.
so yeah, Metal Gear Solid is dead. Kojima's leaving. And if they make any other games, they should probably not make Metal Gear Solid. Otherwise, they will get ostracized and laughed at for the rest of their lives.
Don't
That's
they have
pretty
like a
much.
really cool blonde guy? Like Liquid Snake or Liquid
No,
Man?
that's Raiden. If you
Oh,
play
Oh,
with
Raiden, yeah. Oh, Raiden?
Raiden, yeah, that's
Oh, shit, dude, I thought his name was Raiden.
No, it
It's-
looks the same.
it's the same guy. It's just different spelling. Basically, when you play as a Metal Gear Solid 2, everybody hated it because you always played a Snake,
Uh-huh.
and basically the first part of Metal Gear Solid 2, you do play as Snake, but then, like a time lapse, and like 2 years later, you play as Raiden. Nobody liked that whatsoever because he was just like this blonde-haired. Basically, you play as like from a manly, gruff man, Solid Snake, to like a blonde-haired boy. It's like, oh, this isn't Snake. This isn't Metal Gear Solid. What did I buy? But then,
Be a man again.
can I be a man? Can I be a man again, please? So then, but then a Metal Gear Solid 4 happens, and out of nowhere, he becomes a cyborg. So he's like he goes from like just like this blonde boy that nobody wants to play as to a complete badass.
He's like naked or some shit too, right? Like in the second one.
And the second, yeah, there's
Like,
a part,
see, I've seen like snippets and little bits and pieces of this game like throughout my lifetime, and some things have just like stuck. And like there's a blonde guy. I think he's naked. There's bolts in this guy's arm. I don't know what's going. What I think it's Metal Gear.
yeah, no, it's Metal Gear. That's like at the end where he loses all his stuff, and he's like basically you have to basically sneak around everybody, walking around naked with just your hands on your junk.
Anime bullshit.
Classic anime bullshit.
His nose is bleeding. I don't know.
But no, in Metal Gear Solid 4, there's basically a part where he loses both of his arms, and he fights like 10 ninjas, like cyborg ninjas, with like his teeth, like a blade in his teeth, and like some swords and like attached to his feet.
Just like even saying that just makes me angry. Like,
Yeah, no,
It makes me think of Kill Bill for some reason.
it's
I don't
kind
know
of
why.
like what it is. Like, I forgot to tell you, he loses one arm from fighting.
What,
A
a
guy
fucking
called-
dragon?
Basically, well, no, he fights a guy called Vamp, who's also immortal. And it gets fixed.
oh well, yeah, because it would be dumb if he wasn't. Am I right? Like,
No, Vamp is basically a vampire, in case you couldn't tell.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He loses the second arm holding a fucking battleship back.
Holding the battleship back.
With one arm, like he's like, Snake, you gotta go save yourself. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold this ship back with my arm.
That's basically what it is. Like, I got this, Snake. Go save yourself. You gotta go. And Snake's like, oh god, I'm too old for this shit now. Fuck.
He's like,
And he
Danny
does run
Glover.
away. He does run, and Raiden loses another arm, and that's about it.
Yeah,
But
all
you gotta
that stuff makes a lot of sense to me. Like it just, like if
That's
it
Metal
wasn't there, I'd be
Solid.
like, why isn't this guy holding back an arm with his ship or his ship with his arm? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is what this game is missing.
That's the aura of Metal Gear Solid. That's what it is.
That's Metal Gear Solid in a nutshell.
That's pretty. Yeah, no, really. Yeah, if you do want to play as Raiden in all his badassness, I recommend Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance because that's literally who you play
It's
as.
kind of like an action
Yeah, it's completely different.
spectacle fighter.
Yeah, it's like just a third-person action. There's like some stealth elements to it, which is not very often and very frequent enough to call it a stealth game.
Yeah.
But it's just actiony. You just slow down time. You chop up people. It's pretty cool. It's a good time had by all.
Nice.
That is my thing, and that's my soapbox of the day.
Okay.
So Zach, you want to hit us up? No, not Zach. Christopher, you want to hit us up with your? Oh God, that's our chat. Let's go away, chat. I know how to get rid of it.
Chat,
Fixed
stop.
it.
Chat, stop chatting.
What's
Like-
happening?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I see it. I'm glad that's me now. Anyway, I am just going to throw a couple of things out there that you guys may or may not have heard. Pretty sure you have. First and foremost, we talked about this before the show. The Witcher 3 is going to have dynamic beard growth over time.
Matt,
and
you live
I
the
think
dream.
it's perfect. Super Fiskcake definitely threw us a low blow, Matt, and said, "Now you guys will know what it's like to have a beard."
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I did,
He
yeah.
sure did. And low
Lucky
blow.
I was
dick.
driving.
Yeah, you dickbag. or he would have said some mean words, mind you.
I say the meanest words, but I mean, it's
so-
just really cool that you guys can finally grow a beard, or that you can
Yeah.
experience it.
It's amazing. Well, here's the reason I'm so excited about it is because I bought the new parts. And long story short, because I got a 900 series graphics card, they gave me that game for free. So I got a code from GOG. It's already ready to go. I just have to I can't obviously install it or whatever until May 19th.
Why not?
So
The game's coming out May 19th. I thought it was another year away.
No.
May 19th.
Oh
And-
my gosh.
I got a lot
So
of games to
very,
play.
very excited. Yeah. And that game, this could be so cool. Anyway, very excited. So dynamic beard growth. That's that in that news. Second bit of news is that Mortal Kombat 10 now found a really unique way to punish people who rage quit, and they're called quitalities. And so if somebody disconnects in the middle of a match, it allows for the person who didn't quit like a baby to look better. So they literally have a quitality, which I think it's only one, pretty sure, and all it does is basically makes their character's head explode, whoever the person who quit is. And then it gives, no matter what, it gives the player who remained in the game a flawless victory, which I think is, yeah, I think it's great, because too many times, like, I don't really like playing those fighting games anyway, necessarily. I love Mortal Kombat because of what it is. But I get too frustrated, and people quit when I do well. So,
oh yeah, man, I become a different person when I play fighting games.
Yeah, so
I don't know, man. They bring out the worst.
That was kind of one of the headliners. It just literally says Mortal Kombat 10 will now punish online quitters by making their heads explode. That's the headline. It's amazing. Next little bit. Star Wars Battlefront is going to debut in April at the Star Wars Celebration on April in Anaheim, California, from April 16th to the 19th, and we're going to get to see some real
gameplay
Battlefront stuff going on. Yep.
Man, Battlefront 2, I pretty much like oh my god, I probably put maybe 2,000 hours into that game.
That's amazing. I believe you. I do.
That game is so good.
It's amazing though. I talked a little bit about playing Star Citizen, but they just recently got a big patch update. So big, in fact, that you actually have to. I think you have to actually like reinstall the Arena Commander module that you have. It's part of their module release. This one, less of a headline. This one is more of a. Essentially, it's going to have like you can test out landing your ship. A little bit more on the first-person side of stuff. They've got rental credits and just some cool stuff. It's worth taking a look at. I mean, if you don't back the game, then maybe not. But for me, since I had played it, I am going to back the game eventually. But still waiting a little bit because you can't just throw $5 at it. It's $45. You do get a choice of 2 different class ships, and you do get access to the full game and everything that comes out until then. So you're essentially buying, will no doubt be more than $45 for $45. So eventually I'll back it eventually. So that was kind of cool. I want to know your guys' opinions on the next thing, which is God of War 3 becoming remastered for the PlayStation 4.
Oh, so Last of Us remastered or God of War 3?
God of War
3.
God of War 3 is God of War 3 remastered coming to PS4.
I'm so kind of over remasters and reboots.
Yeah, already. And there's only been 2
Okay, well, reboots are different than remasters, but that's the only thing the motherfucking PlayStation 4 has. Like in the last 2 years, I think it's been out. It's had maybe 3 or 4 original IPs, and then everything else has been a remaster.
Right.
And
so
I'm like,
Bloodborne
and why remaster a PlayStation 3 game?
Okay.
Why? I understand. Okay, I get it that The Last of Us was released literally on the last day the PlayStation 3 was going to be relevant.
Yep.
Right? So I get it as to why they wanted to push it for PlayStation 4. And they gave it to us for free when we bought ours. We had the Last of Us package. So they're pretty much just giving it away. Because they know everybody bought it on freaking PS3.
Yeah.
But why do PlayStation 3 games? If you're going to remaster, fucking remaster PlayStation 1 titles or remaster PlayStation 2.
Or Metal Gear
Everybody
Solid
pretty
games.
much still has their PS3s. And if not, then you can stream the shit on Gaikai or Gaikai.
Well, yeah.
Goiko or whatever the fuck it's called.
I mean, God of War 3 looked really good on the PS3, so yeah, I mean, so did Last of Us, but again, Last of Us had a bit of a reason, so I just want to know what you guys thought of that. I never actually played. I played through the very first God of War, started playing the second one, never beat it, and watched someone play the third one. Beautiful game, so I probably won't buy it myself because, again, I don't really think it's necessary, but it's I love the Greek god, depictions
mythology.
And everything in that game. Yeah, the mythology is amazing. So
I bought the fucking remastered pack of God of War 1 and 2 for PlayStation 3. And then I got God of War, and then I've never played them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just like, and besides that, like God of War is pretty. I don't want to say it's niche, but it's not going to have the audience that The Last of Us will have, or the Tomb Raider will have, or whatever. Like God of War is not timeless. Like
No.
there's some PlayStation 1 era games that are 100% timeless that need to be remastered. That I think, maybe could have taken the spot of God of War. Is it just God of War 3, or are they doing all the other two too?
I think it's just God of War 3.
I think it's just 3.
That's fucking stupid. Because they should package God of War 1 and 2. I don't know.
That would definitely make it worth it if they were to remaster all 3 of them for PS4. Then yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say on that, really, other than like I said, I just want to know what you guys thought. I only have 2 other bits of information. The one was Batman: Arkham Knight's release date got pushed back by 3 weeks. Not really that disappointing. June 23rd. I'm a huge Batman fan. I love the Arkham games, and with the computer parts and everything, when everything is squared away and I have everything ready to go, because right now the graphics card is basically the problem. So when I get the new one back, I'll be set for that game. Like I won't have to for that in The Witcher 3. I've already checked all the specs. I'm gonna have a blast. It's gonna be a great time. So really excited about that. Really, honestly, wasn't disappointed. Like a 3-week delay is so much better than like a 5-month delay. Or something.
And then I think the industry needs more polish. So if they need to take more time to polish, do it.
Yeah, more power to you, definitely.
We get so many half-baked games as it is.
Yep.
So like 50% are fucking early access, 40% are half-baked, bug-ridden, shit pies, and then the other 10% are like
shit pies.
5% is like Kickstarter failures. And then the other 5% is actual games that people want to play, or that are finished and are released on a timely manner.
Yeah.
But I played through the original Arkham City, or not Arkham City, Arkham 1. I forget what it's called.
Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum. I couldn't think of the name for a minute.
I tried to play through Arkham City, and I was like, well, I didn't. It's less linear than Arkham Asylum, and I kind of liked it more linear, like Arkham Asylum. So I didn't finish Arkham City. I heard Arkham Origin was shit, made by the Rocksteady B team. Yeah,
it was made by Rocksteady, and I got a massive warning is that I'm a huge, like, I've got a way big bias because Batman anything, I've followed the comics and movies and all that stuff since I was really little. I have a freaking Batman.
I was going to say, what? No, you don't.
No, dude, like, you like Batman? I don't understand.
I've got Batman back there. I've got Batman shit everywhere. So I mean, the thing is, Origins was pretty good, but I feel like if you have something, I loved Arkham City. I thought it was great, giving me, like, it really kind of gave you a feeling like I'm Batman. Like, this is dope as shit. I liked Arkham Origins for the direction as far as you got to see some of the earlier stages. I mean, maybe people don't always think about how when he started out as Batman, he was not really that good at being Batman. So there's a couple of really small scenes in that where, like, he's holding someone by the throat and accidentally squeezes too hard. He doesn't kill him, but he knocks him out before he gets the information. And he goes, "Oh, crap." Like, he didn't mean it. And, like, that's a cool human side of... Well, yeah. Like, I just thought it was a neat human side of Bruce to show, because he's always all stalwart and stuff, but it was kind of neat to see the regular stuff. Origins was pretty cool, but Knight is... it's going right back to the original team, and it's like the finale, and it's a lot of people assimilate Batman with the Joker, and I mean, it's been a few years, so spoiler alert, but the Joker died in Arkham City.
No.
He did. He died, and the ending of that game is beautiful, like down to the credits. It's amazing. And so people would probably think, like, well, the Joker's dead, like, now what? It's like, well, I don't know if you know, but Batman has a rogues gallery of enemies. And my favorite thing about Knight is that the main problem is Jonathan Crane, Scarecrow. Hands down, my favorite Batman villain ever.
Oh, man. I think he is the worst Batman villain of all time.
He's my favorite Batman villain.
So I'm
Batman
not,
has some really
Fight.
shitty villains, though.
dude. Okay, so I'm not a fan of Batman. I am a Superman guy through and
Oh
through.
wow, really?
Oh,
That's
Superman,
amazing.
Oh,
guy
shit.
through and through. I am all American. I am
I'm
Superman.
all American.
All right,
I've-
and
some-
then it goes to Green Lantern. But I
Green
think DC has some of the shittiest superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
But and Batman is one of them. I'm sorry. I get it. Batman is like a big he's a big deal now. He had the good string. Well, he had the good movie.
Yeah.
Batman was it Dark Knight. That was the
Yeah.
only good movie out of that series. But he's super popular right now, and it's like really cool to like him, and it's really
Right?
like not cool to like Superman.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I mean, just on that, I loved Man of Steel. I thought that movie
Oh,
was.
dude, yeah, I thought
that
yeah,
movie
it was
all as
good.
fuck.
But it's really hard for me to get behind anything Batman because
Because you have the opposite bias.
yeah, I have the opposite bias, and I really like I think the Arkham City or the Arkham games are great. Like, even if Origins was like, not that great, or people said it wasn't that great, but
Yeah.
the problem I have with it is that without the Joker, because I honestly I think the Joker is one of the best, deepest villains there
Yep.
has ever been.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, to any villain ever, like the Joker is my favorite villain out of Marvel, DC, fucking anything. And then to kill him off, I think is. Oh, I don't think he's actually dead. Number one, but I
No.
think it's a little.
It's risky.
Right?
It's like a.
Batman
yeah.
without the Joker is like man without the bat. Like.
Oh yeah. No, that's why I mean, if you haven't seen it, the ending of Arkham Knight or not Knight, but City is amazing because like he dies, and the scene is Batman carrying his lifeless corpse outside. There's all the like all the cops and everyone are there. And he walks out, and everyone sees that he's carrying him. And they try to talk to Batman, and he just looks straight, and he doesn't say a word. And it's almost like you can see. It's almost like he lost a friend in like a weird way, because like you said, like there is no Batman without the Joker. Like yeah, there's the other enemies, but way more than half of the enemies of Batman are just
Batman has some real
regular
bad villains.
stupid enemies.
Yeah.
You know. Like the Penguin is really dumb.
I fucking despise the Penguin more than I don't like the Scarecrow.
Well, I'll tell you why I like the Scarecrow, and it's not because I think he, like the Joker's super well written and he's got mystery behind him. The Scarecrow doesn't. I've read everything there is to know about Jonathan Crane. I know how he grew up and all that kind of stuff.
You like Gotham?
Yeah, I watched that.
I
show.
watched Gotham. I think it's good.
Yeah, I watch it too, and I loved their episode with him too. But essentially, the reason I like Scarecrow so much is because apart from the Joker, because the Joker was like a nuisance, but to Batman, the Scarecrow is like a real problem because Bruce is literally, and he says this I think it's in Arkham Asylum. When you run into Scarecrow, he says you are no different than me. You are just as crazy as all of us, and it's 100% true. Bruce is one of the most fucked up people on the planet in the DC universe, and Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow, like knows that. So before this becomes like a superhero podcast, like that's why I like him so much is because he's such a dark person, and he's more about like. Let me show you why I'm right. And he is. That's the cool part. He's literally correct when it comes to facing Batman. And I'm like, that's so cool. So that game, I'm just waiting to see what happens. It's
Zach,
going to be
you
so
said
cool.
you like Deadpool, yeah?
Oh, I love me some Deadpool. Deadpool's pretty cool.
So I really
Deadpool's
like
so
Deadpool
funny.
also, but which version of Deadpool do you like? Do you like the lol random chimichangas one, or do you like?
I'll tell you
So-
who Matt doesn't like.
So, or do you like the actual Deadpool? Not
Actual Deadpool.
the one that kind of like breaks the fourth wall and is kind of self-aware. Well, they're both self-aware, but there's definitely two writers, and there's one that's obviously a little bit more
better.
I believe each one has their purpose, but I do like
can
the
agree with
original.
that.
I like the the normal, not normal Deadpool, but like the less random Deadpool more, because if you ever like read the comics or anything, like he has like a southern accent from what I can tell from what I read the comics, and none of the characters that play or none of the people that play him now don't have the southern accent or anything. So I'd always thought that was weird. But,
do you think Ryan Reynolds is going to make a good Deadpool?
As long as it's not like the Wolverine Origins movie, I think he could pull it off.
Oh, dude, I thought that was a great Deadpool. I thought he kind
Oh,
of
you
he was
shut the
freaking
fuck.
dude. Like he was such a good merc with a mouth, man.
Before
So
he
good.
wait, are you
No.
being serious?
Okay. Sorry, let me explain. I think Wolverine Origins is a fucking terrible movie, and what they did with Deadpool is a fucking travesty.
Okay, but
But
as Ryan Reynolds,
Reynolds' portrayal of the talking Deadpool
Okay.
was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
no, I agree with you there.
Sorry,
I thought
sorry.
for a minute,
right.
I was gonna
I
have
thought
to
you were
kick your
talking-
fucking ass from the
Yeah,
internet.
I was about to hang up my nerd cred.
It's like I'm gonna have to super fist cake you. God.
No, I definitely
That's
think
it.
that. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is going to be great if he's just doing voice.
Yeah. And then, like, when I saw the claws come out, I was like, no. And then I saw they sewed his mouth shut. I was like, no.
No.
And then when I saw laser eyes, I was like, are you fucking kidding
What
me?
movie am I watching?
God.
Hell. Yeah,
But,
pretty weird, but
Yeah.
Well, it's rolled around to 8:30. I think we got to wrap it on up.
I gotta head
We
out of
sure
here.
do.
If you guys want to continue talking, you can. But I got busy
I gotta
life
roll
things
too.
to do. So
me too. I got a job to worry about in the morning.
We gotta get.
Oh, yeah.
We bought a new hookah this week. We got an Egyptian one, so we're having a
Ooh.
little get together tonight.
You're gonna be as cool as me, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, our fucking one broke. Like the base that screws into the thingy or the hoe thing, it just like it doesn't screw in anymore. We used it one night. We cleaned it. We went to go put it back together to put it up. It doesn't fucking screw in anymore. So we got
Oh,
some
well.
plumber's tape and fixed that shit and bought a new one.
There you go. Yeah, you just little knickknacks and just fix it up, whatnot. So, but yeah, I do believe
All right. Well,
This
you want to pimp your
content-
channel real fast, Super Fizz Cake?
Yeah, I got the Twitch. Or I don't have the Twitch. I got the Twitter. I got the Facebooks, and I got the YouTube. And it's all Super Fist Cake except for Facebook. It's Zach Fist Cake. Oh God, you know my first name now. Oh shit. But
I call you guys by your first names all the time.
but yeah, just stay tuned for like next week or so. I'm going to upload a couple more episodes tomorrow. Going to try to finish I Am Bread and Jazz Punk within the next few weeks.
I am bread.
I Am Bread.
Because the storyline is so deep and rich.
It is. I mean, well, it's mostly the rage I have when I play it. I think that's the reason why people watch it. But yeah, just stay tuned for that, and I'll probably play some more Witcher and hopefully beat the first two before May comes around. Otherwise, I'll look like an idiot. So gotta
All this
gotta
build
do that.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got to pimp out.
Alrighty. You want to hit us up with your shit, Christopher?
Don't
Yes, master, I promise.
What the fuck? Don't
Oh. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Sorry for all the wonkiness. Sorry for the lack of videos. But you can find me at my Twitter, which is probably the best place right now, because it's easy to tweet, easier than it is to come home and focus on videos right now. So Twitter at AllTheXP, YouTube at AllTheXP. I have a Facebook, but I don't even bother. I haven't really used it. I'll be real honest with you guys. I don't really use it. But thanks for sticking around. I think I only lost like one sub, and I know who it was, and it's not a big deal. So content will be coming.
She tracked him down. Hey, why'd you unsub, bitch?
Hey,
You got
what's
a
wrong
problem
with
with my content? I didn't want you to sub anyways. We just hit 104 subs, but I should have said that in my pump out. Go ahead.
Wow. Good job.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Jesus, Matt, wait your turn.
Yeah, thanks, Dick. No, but, anyway, no, thank you guys so much for kind of being patient and joining us. I know the podcast has been on and off, but we're trying to work it out, and we'll get on a better schedule at some point. But I don't know, it's kind of like a random grab bag. You'll come home and be like, oh shit, there's a podcast happening. So
Because
we try
everybody
to
loves
shout
that. Oh, was there a podcast today? Oops, I guess I missed it. If only they had a plan.
It's like herpes. Okay, so you can follow us at youtube.com/Neanderthal Gaming TV, and we're here on Twitch. We're gonna do a big Bloodborne stream on Saturday, regardless if it's just me and Spencer. We're gonna fucking trudge through it. We got some Adderall. We're gonna take it, and we're gonna like get crazy up in this bitch. All right. Also, you can hit us up on Twitter. Sometimes I tweet offensive things. Sometimes I try to pan towards like Northern Lion or like Total Biscuit to try to get them to notice me. Notice me, senpai. You should also go follow Super Fistcake and All the Experience. And I want to thank everybody for watching. And I want to thank our esteemed co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, Super Fistcake.
That's me.
Chris with the All the Experience. I didn't come up with a good one for you.
What the hell was that?
Wait. The guy with the hair and the jacket has a much better fashion sense than I do. All the Experience. The man that loves Batman.
I sure do. Look at the joke.
The darkest night of all.
There you go. God,
And myself, NGTV, are signing off. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Hit the follow button.
Hit that follow button. This content is complete.
Boom. See ya.